Welcome back to the Cave of Wonders, Dreamwalkers. I am your Sith Lord Callous for Lord Callous TV. And this is another Callous comic review. So if you're new here to the channel, I need you to subscribe, hit that like button, and join the Dreamwalkers on our journey. Listen, we are the Bendu, the ones in the middle. Today we are going to recap and review The Destiny Path Part 5, written by Charles Soule. Jesus Saiz is the artist, and Arif Prianto and Dan Brown are the colorists. Cover art is beautifully done by R.B. Silva and Guru Effects. Now, let's jump into the story. Destiny Path Part 5 begins in a cantina on some backwater planet with a pilot bearing some resemblance to Luke Skywalker, claiming to be the man himself in an effort to score a few piloting gigs. Unfortunate for him, though, the Empire has caught wind of this imposter, and Lord Vader arranges to meet with him personally. When the Dark Lord arrives, he learns that this is not his son, but in fact, a swindler. He swiftly uses the Force to choke him to death in plain view of all the patrons in the cantina. He then exclaims that anyone who falsely identifies themselves as Luke Skywalker will meet the same fate, as Luke Skywalker is a criminal against the Empire. Darth Vader departs to Vandaxa, and we catch up with the real Luke Skywalker making his way planetside on Sorelia. The Force has guided him here to find the Lady Jedi in his visions, but when he arrives, the hooded shaman is not in the mood for conversation. She takes off on her personal fishing boat, and Luke gives chase, hijacking another boat nearby. She dodges, dips, dives, ducks, and dodges again, and Luke does his best to keep up, having never before piloted a boat on water. She gives young Skywalker the slip and escapes to her nearby island. Luke's boat overturns, but he and R2 manage to swim to the island, and they continue their pursuit of this woman into a dark cave. As soon as Luke steps inside, he sets off a booby trap, nearly blowing R2 to bits and pieces, but he quickly force pushes the squat droid out of the way and to safety. The two recover and continue their trek inside the cave, but alas, they encounter more traps, and Luke is forced to call on his Jedi training with Yoda to escape with his head on his shoulders, until he takes a wrong step and falls into a pit that soon begins to fill with water. He tries to use the Force to keep the water from rising, but to no avail. Then the Jedi woman from his visions, she appears in person to watch Luke as he tries to free himself from her trap. She mocks him for trying to stop the water from rising, and when Luke quotes Master Yoda, explaining that he is training to be a Jedi and doesn't mean her any harm, she stops the water from rising, curious to find out more about this mysterious traveler and his obsession with the Jedi. Her name is Verla. She peels back her hood and begins to explain to Luke about the Jedi Purge, Order 66, and the Jedi Hunters known as the Inquisitors. They were responsible for hunting down and destroying any Jedi survivors. She goes on to explain that the leader of the Inquisitorius was the worst of them all, none other than Darth Vader. Luke reacts involuntarily, and Verla picks up on his emotions through the Force. It gives her a vision of Luke's encounter with Vader on Cloud City, where he admitted to being Luke's father. Verla freaks out and reactivates the wall trap to drown Luke. And that's where this story ends. With each installment, this series has become increasingly difficult to tolerate with respect to how the writer and artist portray Luke Skywalker, but I keep pushing forward hoping that Charles will deliver a gem in one of these issues. Unfortunately, this did not feel like a filler, and I'm genuinely curious to see how Charles will flesh out this new Jedi woman Verla. I'm interested to know what her story is. The fact that they used Aayla Secura's death scene when she was explaining about the Purge in Order 66 makes me wonder if perhaps she was Aayla's Padawan. She's clearly in Jedi garbs and is traumatized by the whole incident, so there has to be a close relationship with the Jedi Order. The coloring looked good and the panel assembly did too. It was easy to follow, but again, I'm not happy with the way they are drawing Luke Skywalker in this series. But as the issue comes to an end, we see another image of Luke with the yellow lightsaber. So hopefully this will be explained in issue number 6. Let's see how quickly they turn this next issue out. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you enjoying this series so far? Do you think there is an agenda against the likeness of Luke Skywalker and Mark Hamill? And if you're new to the channel, listen, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the Dreamwalkers. There's no bullshit here, no judgment. We are the Bendu, the ones in the middle. And don't forget to check out my Lore and Legends series where I dive into Star Wars stories from the past. Listen, I do what I love. I hope you love what I do. This has been a Callous comic review. Until next time.